Alright, so hopefully we're good now. Oh, car up in smoke right in front of some of the drivers we're racing with. We had to go 3 wide down below to miss them. And we stayed green. Kyle Busch up to 11th. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I believe it was Alex LeBay, if I'm not mistaken, that was up in heavy smoke down the front stretch, but all the surrounding cars were able to avoid. But we do stay green. That might have been the caution Kyle Busch needed, and you can tell he's taking care of that right front a lot better this run. He's going to make it much closer to the end of the field run, but still, I don't think he can quite get there. 69 laps to go currently. Thanks for everybody coming back. Of course, we had to restart the stream. We had an internet issue. I turned the hotspot on. We should be good to go for the rest of the night. Black Ace, Jackson Thomas, welcome back. So here we go. Situation we're in. Kyle Busch just trying to stay out as long as he can here. Remember, he's going to have to short pit compared to the rest of the field no matter what. Just looking at where he's running alone. In 11th here. He's having a decent race for himself right now. Maybe not as good as Phoenix overall, but then again, we still ended up with the top 5 at Phoenix nonetheless. We still have no clue exactly how this race is going to finish. Kyle Busch about to make his second pit stop of the race very shortly. Tire wear is at normal. Kyle Busch going to stay out of the pits one more lap. He's going to try to risk it here. Yeah, tire wear is always at normal, no matter what, because I do the full races, so plays out normally. Kyle Busch still pushing it through 1 and 2. Turns 3 and 4, though. He might try to nurse it if he has to, but I don't think he does. Kyle Busch is having himself a pretty fine race so far. Wasn't for drivers racing him overly aggressively, he might actually be having a much better run than what he's having right now. But Kyle Busch going to come down to pit road for 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Hopefully he's not braking too late. No, he did not. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Timed it perfect to get to pit road. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, and 2 seconds of damage repair. It's closer behind the race leader compared to earlier. Tim, that's pretty funny there. Yeah, I've been listening, I listened to a couple older races when I was at work today. I re-listened to the, what was it, it was 2003, it was the Craven Kurt Busch finish. Was it the Dodge Challenger 500 or Dodge Charger 500? Something of that nature. Couldn't remember the title sponsor of the race, but I listened to that, kind of was glancing over. I did not know how sloppy of a race it was at the very beginning. Like, they had 5 cautions in the first 70 laps at Darlington. Like, it was just like a really sloppy start, and then they only had 2 cautions the rest of the race. And speaking of caution, caution's out again. 6th of the race here. And everybody on the lead lap is pitting. Thankfully, Kyle Busch can take the wave around. But again, Kyle Busch, after pitting, gets caught a lap down. Last time he got the free pass. This time, he did not. He has to take the wave around. And he's very fortunate everybody has to hit pit road ahead of him so he can take the wave around. He is eligible for it. So he'll stay out of the pits here. So 6th caution of the race today at lap number 85. Green flag back in the air. This is going to be the third time Kyle Busch has had to come from the rear of the field, but he is on equal tires as the leaders now. So we'll get to see just how good a speed he has, and he's got to give up the position to Vinnie Miller. Miller is not going. He cut down in front of him before the start-finish line, and there Miller finally goes. Kyle Busch gave up a lot of time on the restart. But he gets a really big run in the draft, though, off of turn 2. Oh, he got into the side of David Starr. Very aggressive to get between Starr and LeBay. LeBay still on the track after being up in smoke there. Busch down to the bottom, 3 wide. 60 laps to go here at the Auto Club Speedway today. Everybody has pitted 1 extra time compared to Kyle Busch today. They have pitted for the strategy he's on, but he's lost a lot of track position at times doing it. He's gotten better track positions on other restarts as well because of doing it, so it's kind of a hit or miss game. But he's on the lead lap nonetheless. Problem is, he just keeps getting untimely cautions that he has to come from the back of the field. 59 to go, fastest lap of the race that time for Kyle Busch. So he's doing something right on this restart. Ooh, might have overdrove 1 and 2 just a little bit. Right back up into the top 20. Brandon Jones, again, not having himself a great run. He has been outside the top 20 most of the day. Busch having a decent performance, but by Kyle Busch standards, especially in the Xfinity series, you would expect more out of him. It's just not the season he's had. Yeah, sorry if there's a lag. I'm not having a lag on my end at all right now, so sorry if there is one for yours, though. Yeah, mine's clear as day right now. Favorite move of all time? Are you talking about like pass? Like favorite pass of all time, or? Oh, I got you, Jackson. Big run through 1 and 2 for Kyle Busch. Oh man, and he runs right in the side of Hemrick. He really didn't want to get out of the gas again there, and he should have. Momentum loss for both drivers. But Busch is probably maybe not even raced aggressively enough compared to the way the drivers have raced him this season. He's going to get around Hemrick. It took him a half a lap longer, but able to get around him. Oh, movie, okay. Favorite movie of all time. That's tough to say. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I'm more of an old school movie guy. Like A Weekend at Bernie's is hilarious. But honestly, like I'm more into comedy movies. Honestly, like Step Brothers is definitely up there. Weekend at Bernie's is up there. Happy Gilmore is probably up there. Kind of lean more towards like stupid, funny movies like that. Can't really say I have a favorite. Welcome back there, Joshua. 55 laps to go. Big run through 1 and 2 for Busch. Still pushing up the racetrack. Might be getting back into the gas a little too soon, but he just can't be off throttle that much. Be able to gain enough time. He's really got the straightaway speed, and he about got sandwiched in between Balicki and Sieg there. An aggressive side draft on Sieg. Trying to stay alongside of him. He really pulled him back off of turn 4. Sieg's got a little bit of a draft. Busch doesn't, but Busch has the shortcut on the bottom. Oh, a little contact. He tried to pull up and clear him into one. Kyle Busch being more aggressive in this run than what he's been all night. Paying off for him now, but he's got to be careful. There is still just over 50 laps to go. And we know we have to pit at least one more time. Busch still has 2 sets of tires. Busch had a pretty good run despite running as low as he did off the exit of turn 4. Didn't really side draft Justin Haley. He's going to beat him on raw speed down the straightaway. Kyle Busch drives it in deep now through 1 and 2. He's going to clear Jesse Little for 14th off of turn 2. So Kyle Busch moving through the field. Again, the first time today that we have been able to see him on equal tires compared to the lead, but he had to come from the back of the pack after having to take the wave around with a bad timing caution literally 1 lap after he came out of the pits for a green flag stop. The rest of the field was likely going to be pitting within 3 to 4 laps after him. .52 to go. Childhood crush. I don't know if I can answer that. I really don't know, honestly. I mean, honestly. We'll save that for another video. Maybe a Q&A if I feel the nerve to have to do it. Not over the realistic broadcast, that's for sure. 51 laps to go. So one of the new things I wanted to test during the course of these streams is I wanted to do a little bit of a trivia game during the course of these streams. So each and every one of these full race live streams, we're going to be doing one question a night. It might be based on the series, on the actual track at which we're at that night. This one is on the series and the track. It's a question on the NASCAR Xfinity series, so let's see if you guys can figure it out. So there are... okay, let me restart the question here. So, trivia question for tonight. Fontana, California, NASCAR Xfinity Series. Kyle Busch is the most winningest driver in the Xfinity Series at the Auto Club Speedway. He's got 6 career wins. In what season was the last time he won at this racetrack? And which drivers had gotten a win since the last time he has won at the Auto Club Speedway? I'm going to make these questions as difficult as I can. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to think about it. We'll come back to the question. For the meantime, we'll alternate through the different camera angles at this point in the race. 49 laps to go. Yeah, I just don't think we were in sync because of the long drawn out lag that we were having in the last one, but we got the hotspot on, so we're good to go here. Try not to Google it as much as you can, and if you have to Google it, then don't bother answering it. You guys can work as a team though. It's kind of a longer question. I'll try to broaden them out a little bit more as I go, but it's something new. It was not 2017, I can tell you that much. It was not 2017. I think you guys are going to be surprised at the answer on this, because I was surprised when I looked it up. I thought it was a curious question, because I know it had been at least a few years, but... ...2018 was the last time he won at Auto Club. Not in the Xfinity series. This is an Xfinity series based question. (2018) in Custer. Nope. I'll give you guys a couple more laps. Well, caution's out. So I guess we'll answer it now. So caution's out for the 7th time already today. Kyle Busch going to hit pit road here. Well, no. Kyle's going to stay out for now. Looks like 3 cars at the front of the field pitting, so that's an interesting pit strategy. And Jeff Green from 29th will get the free pass. A couple of drivers at the rear of the field also pitting. Alright, I'll answer the question because I have not seen the right answer yet in the chat. So 2013 was the last time Kyle Busch has won an Xfinity race at Auto Club. He has raced in every single Xfinity race at that track since that time. Believe it or not. All the drivers that won since then: Kyle Larson twice, Harrison Burton last year, Cole Custer 2 years ago, as I saw in the chat. He won it. Kevin Harvick has won a race in that time frame. Austin Dillon has also won a race in that time frame. So those are the drivers that have won since Kyle Busch's last Xfinity win back in 2013 at the Auto Club Speedway in the Xfinity Series. So that's the trivia question of the night. There's the answer for it. So we get back to green flag racing once again. Great restart again by Kyle Busch on the bottom of the track. He's had the preferred lane majority of these times. Oh man, big run, Busch aggressive, and he's hooked on the 51 of Clements. There's contact through 3 and 4. Kyle just could not get off of him. Once he was there, Noah Gregson's got a big run now. Busch able to block him off. Kyle Busch up to 6th place. And now just has to try to keep up with the leaders. Do we get more questions? 1 per race. Because I really have to dig and kind of do a lot of research to do these questions, so I can really only remember 1 question per race off the top of my head. I'll probably have to start jotting them down. But it'll be on the daily full race live streams. And Busch, more contact now with Ray Black Jr. And that's about the 4th time now that those two have made contact tonight. Busch trying to side draft him going into turn 1. The battle for 6th place is on. Kyle drives it in deep, clears him. He's going to give up the run on the bottom though. Here comes Gregson. Gregson passes 2 cars in 1 corner. He's going to clear both Kyle Busch and Ray Black Jr. Kyle Busch, deep dive through 3 and 4 to the bottom of Gregson. Can't tell what line he's running or if we are clear. And another rub and run by Ray Black Jr. And Kyle Busch has to be furious with him, but he's got to be careful because he's running 3 wide middle all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. All the way to the apron. He just cannot get away from that 07 car. Ryan Sieg just squeezed on by. Oh, and he about got turned by Austin Hill on the rear bumper of Kyle Busch. Busch about lost control there. Barely keeps control. And another crazy restart, this time in the top 10. Another side draft on Ray Black Jr. These two have been going at it most of, if not all of the night. As mentioned, Brandon Brown has a really fast car on cornering speed. We have mentioned that a couple times tonight too, as he quickly gets to the inside of Busch, tries to side draft him. He just doesn't have the straightaway speed in that race car. Brown gets to the inside of Busch again, 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Busch is going to clear Ray Black Jr. And Ray Black Jr. gives him a push now. Down the front stretch. Big run to the inside. 3 wide for 6th place going into turn 1. Kyle Busch had a massive run. after the push from Ray Black Jr. So although they have not been the best of friends tonight, Kyle definitely got a shove of a lifetime there, but he carried so much speed. Jeremy Clements is now barely able to clear. Busch trying to side draft the 68 to the inside of him of Brandon Brown. Busch gets pretty tight up the track there, almost in the wall, but stays in the gas, and he's losing a ton of spots once again. Desperately just trying to do whatever he can. Oh, little contact with Austin Hill getting into the corner, 3 wide. Oh, and Hill sideways, and he saves it. What a save by Austin Hill. He was completely sideways in the center of the corner, locking up the tires. Unbelievable save by Austin Hill. Lost a few spots. Busch kind of cleared him to the outside as Hill was kind of turning down the banking, trying to make the save. Noah Gragson out of nowhere with a big run on the top. Busch just lets him go. There was no blocking that run. Noah Gragson just looked bad and fast there for a quick moment, and he goes back to the top again. Austin Hill closing in on Kyle Busch. Busch had a great run through 1 and 2, despite the run by Gragson. Now in 3 and 4, he gets an even better run. Kind of slightly pulls from Austin Hill to the inside of Gragson, got the side draft down the front stretch, big run. Oh, Ryan Sieg pulling down right in front of the 18 of Busch. Busch on his corner panel. Oh, maybe a little contact. Gragson gets back to the bottom. Busch clears him. Now looks to the bottom himself on Ryan Sieg, 4 wide. For 6th place, Ross Chastain all the way to the bottom, and he passes them all. What a move by Ross Chastain. Meanwhile, here comes Austin Cindric on 4 fresh tires behind the 54 of Kyle Busch. We're in the Xfinity series. So Cindric on that little bit different pit strategy here. One of the faster cars in the field tonight. He's finished in the top 3 in the first 4 races of the season. All the way to the apron, but Cindric drove it in so deep in that middle lane and got it to stick. Plus the fresher tires. Kyle Busch was outmanned there. 33 laps to go at Fontana. Busch still has 2 sets of tires. Kyle Busch does have a pit stop coming up fairly soon. But can those drivers, those 3 drivers that pitted under the last caution, make it on fuel to the end of the race if it stays green? 6 seconds off the lead, 32 to go as we run. And the only driver that's gotten around us that did pit under that last caution was Austin Cindric. The other 2 drivers, they're still working their way through the field. Remember, there were 29 drivers on the lead lap, so they had a little bit of ways to work through. Kyle Busch trying to fight back, maybe getting back into the top 10 here. Oh, that was a great run through 3 and 4, all the way to the apron, but he did a great job gripping up. Again, he's got the straightaway speed in the race car, especially when he's in the draft. Oh, he had such a big run on Brandon Brown, but he had nowhere to go with it. They both chose the bottom. The bottom is the passing lane. And he's going to have such a big run. He's going to get to the inside of Brown before they even get into the corner. Brown's got no choice but to give it to him, but he's got such great center corner speed as we have seen out of that car tonight, but Busch still clears him off of turn 4. And there's Ray Black Jr. I mean, how many times have these two made contact? I was keeping track, and then it just became too many times to count. At least a handful. Busch seems to be a little better in 3 and 4 than what he is in 1 and 2. But that could be good if it comes down to a late race restart, and that's the corner, obviously, coming back to the checkered flag. Ray Black Jr. to the bottom. Busch running that middle line. He's going to carry a lot more straightaway speed than Ray Black Jr. off the exit of turn 4 here. Pulls up right in front of him still. Busch to the inside for 10th. In this race. Do another vid. I can't do another live stream tonight. Just to remind you guys, I work 13.5-hour shifts Monday through Wednesday. That's how I get my full 40 hours in because I have a full-time job. And I mean, I'm usually beat Wednesday nights. I try to stay as positive and as upbeat as I usually am for the full race live streams. It's been a pretty fun race, a very interesting race against 7 cautions so far up to this point. Haven't had a really long green flag run at all. And Cindric on fresher tires. Kyle Busch just looks bad fast right now. Very unbelievable what he's been able to do. We get later and later into this race. I actually don't drink coffee at all, believe it or not. No, I just stay really hydrated. All I drink is water for the most part. Water, occasional orange juice, glass of milk in the morning. And caution is out. With 27 laps to go, our 8th caution of the race. Chase Briscoe in the lead at the timing of the yellow. And that pit strategy by Cindric and those guys did not work at all because not only they didn't get through the field like they had hoped on 10-lap fresher tires, Cindric gets up to 8th place. Caution comes out. Everybody's going to pit, take 4 fresh tires. And they're right back on the same strategy again, unfortunately. Kyle Busch going to loosen the car up a little bit more. Half around a wedge here. Could be risky, but he's going to try to do it. He'll go into the pits in 10th, and we have a shot for a 5th different winner in the first 5 races of the season tonight. It is not impossible. He'll come out in 10th place. Chase Briscoe wins the race off of pit road. He's got a shot for his first win of the season. Boy, does he need it. He's had a rough first 4 races. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch has been great on the restarts, but now he restarts on the top, gets to the line, quickly down to the bottom. Oh, and he kind of got in the back of Riley Herbst. That slows the momentum down to the 54. He was going to take it 3 wide, and he mistimed the jump to the bottom. Oh, and Busch gets sideways in the center of the corner. Spins across the track. He's hit hard. Right front first into the wall. Caution's out again. Kyle overdrives turns 1 and 2, trying to get up to speed with 24 to go. Caution is out, and he loses so much track position. He's got now 7 seconds of damage. A terrible restart, probably the worst of the night for Kyle Busch. Man. The topsy-turvy season continues for the 54 team. Yep, more big news coming. Stay tuned. I'll likely get to it after the race because we're kind of flying through this thing and we're in the late going. 21 laps to go as we go green. Kyle Busch has pretty heavy damage to the front of that race car, and that has got to slow him up so much more. He cannot repair it. He does have 4 fresh tires still in the pit box. but he is going to be so slow with this damage, and this car is going to tighten up extremely. Decent restart on the bottom. He's up to 13th, but he is likely not going to be able to hang with these guys any longer. He's going to get to the inside of Ryan Sieg, and that straightaway speed he's had all night tonight is likely going to be gone too. That was a big side draft. Ryan Sieg very loose in the center of the corner. Noah Gragson all over the back bumper of the 54 now. Busch trying to stay in the draft down the straightaways. Little bump to the back of Sieg, and Sieg just got shot out of a cannon after that bump. Noah Gragson gonna bump draft Kyle Busch now down the back straightaway. Ghost Destroyer, welcome to the stream. Oh man, Busch sandwich now. 3 wide as he gets ping-ponged off of Jesse Little, then into Noah Gragson, but these guys are likely faster than him. Now that Busch has that damage. Gragson's run down the straightaway just stalled out completely. Busch has a huge run into turn 1. Drove it in really deep down to the apron again, actually got to the brakes. And look at the momentum lost now after getting to the brakes. Looking like it was going to end up being a top 10 performance for Kyle Busch. Now he's going to be lucky to finish in the top 20. Never seen the Twix cookies and cream car? Oh, caution's out again. 19 laps to go. Our 10th caution of the race. That is a race high in the Xfinity series in these first 5 races by far. Busch will top off on fuel. Why not? 4 fresh tires. He's got 1 more set. And he's going to loosen this car up 1 more round of wedge. Now that that damage is on the front and he's pretty tight. Gotta make sure I didn't repair that damage there. I didn't think I did, but make sure. Oh, gotcha. In the store. And I like how we got people craving Twixes now in the stream, in the chat. And here we go again. Caution starting to breed cautions now. We have had 3 yellows. And we've only ran 2 green flag laps in that stretch. 15 to go. Can we make it to the end of the race now? Busch, 4 fresh tires, but again, damage to the front of the car. And he has loosened the car up quite a bit. Trying to run the outside, try not to overrun that corner there. And we'll see. And he's got a decent amount of fresher tires. Laps. I mean, he's really only got about 2 or 3 lap pressure tires. That's not going to make a huge difference. But how much will that adjustment make a difference? Kind of got in the back of Vinnie Miller there off of turn 4. Big run though, down the front straightaway. Nowhere to go. Other than right to the back bumper of Colby Howard, gave him a nice shove. Busch runs that middle to upper lane through 1 and 2. Just a little too tight corner exit on the top side of the track. Now some of that is the damage, but it was likely that tight most of the race. All the way to the bottom now, and they are 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Busch gonna get around him. It worked out for him as he had to go all the way to the apron just to keep below those guys. Do I know how to count if they clinch the championship? It depends on what point system and how many races do you have left. I could probably figure it out for you real quick. 12 laps left. Kyle Busch has gotten back to the top 20 at least. Goes to the top through turns 1 and 2. Trying to find speed, and he's in the wall off of turn 2. Oh, and he comes right down in front of the zero of Jeffrey Earnhardt, and Earnhardt goes around. Spinning to the infield. He couldn't brake in time after running into the back of Kyle Busch after Kyle hit the wall. Trying to run the top, he's just too tight with the damage of the front nose of the race car. Meanwhile, Austin Cindric has gotten back to the lead, so our 11th caution of the race comes with 12 to go. And we'll stack them up once again. I don't really have a favorite driver in the Xfinity. 20 points with no stages, 3 races to go. So you have to be 120 points ahead because it's 40 points if you win. 1 point for sure just for starting the race. So to actually clinch the championship without a tiebreaker, you need to be 118 points ahead. Acer, welcome back. Green flag back in the air. Well, that rear bumper damage might loosen him up a little bit more. Not impossible. Kyle definitely needs as loose of a car as he can get at this point. And he just cannot run the top. Problem is with that rear bumper damage though, obviously it's going to create more drag. How is that going to counteract with the damage to the front of the race car? 22 people watching. Again, thanks for everybody tuning in. We got big news on the channel coming up here at the end of this race, so stay tuned and also subscribe if you're new for more daily NASCAR content. We got these full race live streams on the daily, and they are with a realistic broadcast. Josh Bilicki trying to push Kyle Busch down the front stretch. Kyle suffering with this race car most of the night. Looked like he was going to be able to will it to a top 10 the more and more cautions we got until he brought out one of the cautions. He spun in turns 1 and 2 on another restart late in the race with about 19 to go. And that has really cost him a shot to win. 11 cautions total so far tonight. Austin Cindric looking for his 2nd win of the year. He has finished in the top 3 in each of the first 4 races of the season. Amari, welcome to the stream. Busch can kind of stick that middle upper lane, but he just can't stick the way top. Trying to side draft Bilicki here. Busch looking for every point he needs. He's only finished in the top 10 twice. Both were top 5 finishes. A win at Martinsville and 5th at Phoenix yesterday. It has been a rough go for Kyle Busch this season. Kyle, again, not only doesn't quite have the handling in the corners, but the straightaway speed is gone with that damage. Trying to drive down the straightaways, take that shortcut to the bottom in the corners, and just kind of hope that it evens out and that he can gain a couple more spots before the end of the race. A little faster through turns 3 and 4, 1 and 2 that time. He's not going to be able to clear Brown, and he gets tight. Door slams him off of turn 2. Brown didn't lose much momentum, believe it or not, but Kyle Busch definitely did. Jeremy Hawk, welcome to the stream. And look at that, 3 wide for 2nd place at the front of the field. Nothing but craziness is going on at the front with less than 10 laps to go. In fact, just 4 laps left at the line. 2-mile racetrack. A lot could happen here. Michael Annett won at Phoenix. The 4 winners on the season: Austin Hill at Daytona, Austin Cindric at Charlotte, Kyle Busch at Martinsville, and then Michael Annett at Phoenix. And they are 3 wide up there. Amazing racing at the front of that group. Look at that. There are 6 or 7 cars all within about a second to a second and a half of each other. Goes to show, again, the restarts, no matter what series it is crazy here at Fontana with how wide and how many grooves this racetrack has. Can't tell exactly who's leading from back here, but we'll have to wait and see. We're just 2 laps away from finding out the winner of the race, as they are still side by side for the lead into turn 1. Aggressive side drafting. Whoever was in the lead was on the bottom, but there were definitely, obviously, a ton of cars behind them, but there was also a car to the outside, kind of pinching him down along that white line, as he has really pulled him down the backstretch into 3. We get to the white flag. Next flag will end the race. They're going to get there. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go at the Auto Club Speedway in the NASCAR Xfinity Series on NASCAR Heat 5. Busch crosses the line. 1 to go himself. It looks like he's going to finish in 17th here tonight. Having another rough go at it. Luckily, he has that win at Martinsville, but it has been a rough season to date so far. Through 3 and 4, one final time. Top 6 or 7, still within a second with a shot to win it to the start-finish line. Checkered flag is in the air. They might have been side by side. Again, it's just so hard to tell from back here. Kyle Busch will bring it home in 17th. And we'll check the finishing results here. And your winner at Fontana is Anthony Alfredo in a photo finish with Chase Briscoe. Anthony Alfredo gets his first career NASCAR Xfinity Series win in the 21 for Richard Childress Racing. And a photo finish with Chase Briscoe. Unbelievable. By 28 one-thousandths of a second. And as far as the channel goes, that is the second photo finish in 3 nights. And Austin Cindric keeps the top 3 streak alive, a 3rd place finish. That is 5 top 3s to start the season in the first 5 races. Riley Herbst, the rookie, great run in 4th. Chastain 5th. Allgaier 6th. Michael Annett 7th. Jeremy Clements with a great run for that team in 8th. Harrison Burton with a bounce-back performance in 9th. And Ray Black Jr. with a great run rounds out the top 10. He had his run-ins with Kyle Busch tonight. We had 11 cautions total. Noah Gragson just missed out on the top 10. Disappointing day as far as the finish goes for Kyle Busch. Very topsy-turvy to say the least. And we had 3 drivers DNF in this one. Landon Castle, Josh Williams, and Tommy Joe Martins all failed to finish the race here tonight. So that is going to be it here for this one. Joshua, see the question. Keegan, if Daytona wasn't the first race of the year, what would you make it? I don't even know. I hope Daytona keeps its first race of the year, if I had to pick. But if I had to choose against it, what would likely be the first race of the year? It's got to be a southern or a west coast track. Miami, maybe? Go Miami, Daytona? I don't know. Yeah, not a great finish for us tonight, that's for sure. So, also, before we end the stream, I almost forgot. We have, not some breaking news, but some big news on the channel. So, earlier today on my lunch break, you know, and I've been contemplating this for a while. I mentioned I was going to do this for a while. We have some more, or at least another series coming to the channel here. It's another gaming series, but it's another realistic broadcast series. We're going to be branching out to a different video game. It is a NASCAR video game. And I did repurchase, because I haven't had one in probably 10 years or so. But bought a PS2. We got NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming to the stream. The streams, the channel in general, with a full race live stream. We'll do season modes with the full race live streams like we're doing here on NASCAR Heat 5, like we did on Heat 4. We're going to do that with NASCAR Thunder 2004. We'll do 2 seasons there. Should be a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to have a blast. I'm sure you guys are going to have a blast with that also. and it's going to be a fun game. We got the old point system. We got all the older drivers from the game, obviously, and we have all the older tracks, the older schedule, everything, the whole 9 yards. So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be coming. It likely won't be started until next week because it could come in by Saturday, but if it misses Saturday, obviously there's no shipping on Sunday, so then you look to it probably coming in Monday or Tuesday. With my work schedule, Monday through Wednesday, I don't want to rush into it. I want to make sure everything's right, that I can live stream it, get what I need to live stream off the PS2, but we will have full race live streams, not championship mode, season mode, NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming on the channel. I wanted to make sure nobody else did a series like that, and I think the closest I saw was N2SE4R tried it, but he didn't actually complete the season. We're going to do it with the live streams. There will be no quitting with it because, as you know, the realistic broadcast with the full race live streams is a whole part of the channel, and nobody else has done it, so I will be the first to do it. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I think it'll be great for the channel, and you guys will likely enjoy it too. So again, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We got realistic full race live streams on the daily. I'm going to say NASCAR video game live streams because now it's not just NASCAR Heat. So yeah, I'm excited too. It'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully that'll branch out to newer games in the future. It'll be a slow progress, obviously. We'll still do Heat 5 along the way. Obviously, with that being the newer game, we're going to be doing more of it, but we will fit in 1 or 2 streams a week on NASCAR Thunder 2004. So Aiden Roland, welcome to the stream again. Yep. NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming to the channel. Full race live streams as we're doing here. Season mode likely starting next week. I doubt we're going to be able to get anything in by the weekend. By the time it actually comes in and it ships to my house, it'll be late in the weekend, if not early next week. And if it's early next week, I have to work Monday through Wednesday as usual. So we'll get that in place. We'll get that started. It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll be alternating back and forth between this and that. So again, it'll be a lot of fun. I will be broadcasting it. I will be broadcasting it as if it is 2003, which is the season that it was, because we will be taking the stats. I know the stats are in the game for us that the drivers have had. I'll do my own background research, race to race. Obviously, there's a pre-race on there, so we get to actually go through the full running order before the start of the race. And it'll add to the realism as far as how that goes. Yeah, so it'll be on PS2. But yeah, so it looks like you guys in the chat are excited for it, so that's great. I'm sure you guys were going to take the news with great appreciation, as did I. So that is going to end the stream here tonight. Again, thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general, as usual, and subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content, such as these NASCAR video game full race live streams with a realistic broadcast and other related NASCAR content on the daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Kentucky NASCAR Heat 5 Xfinity Series tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time will be the start time on that one. Should be another good one. Xfinity Series has been fun. That's going to be it here for this one. So long, and I'll see you tomorrow.